Hi, welcome to RecTV Education. Today in this session we are going to see the remaining part of Business Information System. Transaction Processing System. It is a business transaction doing some process and giving some usable information system. To understand this TPS, let's see a simple example. Before introduction of this system into a business, there is manual recording of day-to-day business transactions. There is a person X who is having a retail shop. His daily sales were 1,20,000, but his cashier default gets 10,000 daily and shows 1,10,000 as his daily sales. So, with introduction of this TPS in business, every transaction is to be recorded and report is given to the management. So, with introduction of this system in the business organization, there is no further chance for a cashier to defaulticate the cash. By understanding this example, one can understand these points very clearly. Now, TPS is nothing but an information system. It records day-to-day business transaction. It gives a routine report of their day-to-day business transactions to the management. It uses internal information, that is, and information generated within the organization. As it is a regular, it solves structured problems. It is meant for bottom level management. Example for TPS system is hotel billing software, airline reservation system, etc. Features of transaction processing system, that is nothing but attributes of TPS. First one is access control, that is only the authorized person can enter the data in a TPS system. That is, to access the control, we use username and password to this system. Equivalence. It is nothing but a standardized processing. TPS interfaces are designed to get hold of identical data for each transaction despite of consequences of source. For example, for credit sales, we enter the data is X debit account to sales account credit. Here only that if the person who is entering the data may be changed, but the same entry will be for every credit sales. High volume rapid processing. It records huge data without compromising in speed. Trustworthiness. This TPS system acts as a trustworthy. There are some inbuilt controls in TPS. It records only those transactions which are complete and accurate. Hence, data obtained from TPS is trustworthy. For example, there are some websites, if you want to download a questions, the website will ask a personal information, but if we play with the website or giving a wrong details, then error will come. Transaction processing qualifiers. It means here any student can't become a CA. To become a CA, he has to qualify first CPT, next IPCC, and after CA final. In the same way, every system can't be a TPS. To become a system or TPS, it must pass a acid test. Here in acid test, A here refers to atomicity, C refers to consistency, I refers to isolation, and D refers to durable. Let us see clearly a step by step what is acid test. Here atomicity. The system should be such a way that either it records full data or not at all. For example, if in tally, if we enter both debit and credit, then only it will accept. If we enter only the debit or credit, it will not accept. Here we can take tally as a TPS system. Consistency. Consistency means system should be in such a way that the developer will write set of instructions on a system and the system should follow a rules or instructions of a programmer in a systematic manner. If any system follows the rules and regulations written by a developer, then it is nothing but a TPS system. Isolation. Upgradation should be in a systematic manner. For example, if I had 10 lakhs in my account and I have transferred those 10 lakhs to another person through net banking, Now his account was updated with 10 lakhs, but my account was not updated. That is, my account was not reduced. So this type of system is useless. So upgradation should be in a systematic manner. If the system to become a TPS, it has to upgrade timely. Durable. System should be such that it cannot delete the entry once recorded. For example, if I had 10 lakhs in my hand and today I want to deposit this 10 lakhs in a bank account, and I have given the money to the staff person in a counter, and suddenly my friend has called me for urgency of the money. But here the staff person taking the money enters the data in a system, and when I ask the staff person to give back the money, the staff person says once the entry is recorded, it cannot be deleted. Then we can say that whatever the system the staff person is following, it is a TPS, as it is passing the test of durable. That is, once it is recorded, it cannot delete the entry. Office automation system. If we apply information system to perform office activities, then automation in office activity is said to be achieved.
By the above steps, we can frame a simple formula, that is office activities plus information technology or information system is equals to office automation system. Now let's see some of the examples for office automation system. First example is word processing. Use of a computer to perform automatically for printed documents. One more example for office automation system, that is an electronic mail. Example, after preparing balance sheet, one copy is to be sent to the director. Previously, we used to send by the post. Suddenly, email came. So, with the introduction of this IT in an office activities, human activities are reduced and automation is automatically achieved.
In this session, we are going to discuss the remaining part of business information system, human resource management system. With the introduction of this software in the HR department, the human efforts of the HR people has got reduced. This HR software has got with many modules with which a lot of data regarding to the employees are stored and used by the HR people. Let us see the different modules in a HR software. The first module is workforce management. This module ensures all labor laws are complied or not. Before introduction of IT software in the HR department, the HR people used to see whether all the labor clause are complied properly or not. This is very complicated process which they have to follow a lot of problems while ensuring all labor laws are complied or not. But now with the introduction of this software in their management, their effects got reduced and easily they can ensure all labor laws are complied. The next module in HR software is time and attendance management. In this module, the time and attendance of the employees are recorded. Here, employees will be given a card and when he swipes it, it will be entered in HR software. Third module in HR software is payroll management. It records all the data regarding to the payment of salaries to the employees. Now the fourth module in HR software is training management. Previously, HR people has to go and see to whom the training has to be given. But now with the introduction of this software in HR department, simply an email is sent to the employees to whom this training has to be given. Their human efforts are reduced and everything becomes automated. Fifth module in HR software is compensation management. Apart from salary, if any payment is made to employee, this module is referred. That is, example, if suddenly employee got injured, the details has to be maintained and the compensation is to be given accordingly. The sixth module in HR software is recruitment management. Now let us take the example which is satisfied with the employees, that is, they are well trained and produce the greater productivity. And one person with good skills and with good communication, with good knowledge has comes to this organization and gives his resume. But the organization people who has taken this resume has informed him that When we require an employee, we just contact you and he has given the resume and he left the office. But one fine day, 2 employees were removed from the organization due to their misconduct. Now, this organization is in need of 2 employees. They have remembered the person who has given the resume. Now, without this IT, they have to keep all these applications and resumes in one department. They have to search everything. But if they can't find this resume given by that person, they are going to miss such type of skilled person into their organization. But with the introduction of this software in HR department, once it is stored in a database, whenever they want, they can easily retrieve the information they want. So it is very useful for the HR department. Whatever they want from the database, they can easily open the system and they can easily enter the data and they can get the information whenever they require the important data. 7th module in HR software is personal management. It is a database which records the information of the total employees. 8th module of HR software, which is organization management. Let us take an example. Now, the person so-called X joined in an organization. His designation in an organization is senior consultant. He should know who are the people working above him and working below him. So here in the diagram we can clearly see he is a senior consultant. Above him there is a MD and below him there is a employees. If the organization is very big, it is very difficult to find him that how many employees are below him and how many members are above him manually. But with the help of this HR software in HR management, this person can easily identify who are the people above him and who are the people below him. Now, the 9th module of HR software is employee self-service. For example, here form 16 shall be downloaded by employee on its own through separate login ID. Previously, without this software, the HR people has to give this form 16 and there will be a lot of complicated process. But with the introduction of this software in HR department, now it is the duty of the employee to get the document downloaded and to fill everything and get signed by the HR people. The last one is it is uses as a analytics. Matlab, the performance of the employee can easily measured. Here I have taken person employee X, the performance. His performance is very good. I can take this decision based on the software, that is his performance when compared to 2011 to 2015 has improved a lot. Based on this performance, we can give a lot of incentives to this particular employee. Next system in business information system is decision support system. To understand the system very clearly, we have to consider a simple example which makes this topic very clear. In this example, I have taken Rahul Bajaj, owner of Bajaj company. In 2005, actually Rahul wanted to launch two-wheeler in the market to capture the entire market. He finds very difficulty that what type of bike and what type of customers, so he is getting every question in his mind. Then he goes to a professional capable person and he tells all his problems that I want to introduce a two-wheeler but I'm not capable of understanding what type of people are there and what type of specific features I have to introduce into the bike. This everything he is getting a lot of questions in his mind. So he'll go to the professionally capable person and that person will give him a suggestion to introduce a decision support system in his organization. Here in the diagram we can clearly see that here DSS means decision support system and the person standing in front of that user is Rahul. Now the Rahul asks his question in his mind in the form of an input to the DSS that I want to launch a two-wheeler. What the DSS, after taking this input from the user Rahul, it will search in his database whether there is any answer related to his question. And if there is no answer, it will again ask his question that in which country. Again Rahul gives his answer as an input that is in India, and again it will ask which state. Rahul gives it is Mumbai and what type of percentage of population, and it is 28%. So Here the questions asked until it is possible not to ask any further questions, and the DSS can give the answer to the user. Here it is, user is Rahul. Thus, this DSS only supports the decision of user. Here Rahul has already taken the decision that he wants to launch a two-wheeler. But to launch the two-wheeler successfully, this DSS only helping the Rahul to take a right decision. By keeping the Rahul Bajaj example in your minds, we can easily understand this answer. Now let us see the coordination of that example with this answer. Here DSS is an interactive, that if we consider the example to this answer, in the example the DSS is frequently asking questions and user is giving answers to the questions asked by the DSS. Thus DSS is interactive. Next point is DSS just support human decisions rather than replacing it. In the example we have seen that Rahul has already decided to introduce the two-wheelers in the market, that he has taken the decision, just this system supporting the decisions taken by the Rahul. It is used by the top level management. Here Rahul is the top level management. DSS is a combination of human intellect and computer. In example, it is user Rahul and a system. It provides information useful to user whenever a situation comes to take decisions. Components of DSS. Under components of DSS, the first person will be user, who will be asking questions to the system and gets answers to support his decisions taken by the top management. Here user is of two types. One is there will be a management expert and another there will be system expert. Management expert don't have any knowledge of this IT, so he'll be calling as non-technical person. System expert will be having knowledge of IT, so he will be called as technical person. User gives input to the system in the form of normal English or by using a special language. Example here is COBOL. If he is a non-technical person, he uses a general English. If he is a system expert, that if he is a technical person having a knowledge of the system, he uses a special language. When the user asks question to the system, first it records it in USS model, and whatever the question asked by the user, if it relates to the external information, it searches in corporate database, and the question asked by the user, if it's related to the internal information, the USS model will see the question asked by the user in user database. If the system can't find any answer to the questions asked by the user, again it will back ask questions to the user. In the same way, the questions are asked by the system until it is not further possible to ask any questions, and the user gets useful information from the questions asked by him to the system. So here DSS system, we can say that it only supports the decisions of the top management people. Top management people will take already the decisions. This system only supports the decisions to take a best decisions. Additional point to this, here corporate database and user database can be attached and detached. If the corporate database is detached, this system only provides information regarding to the internal information. But if the user database is detached, this system provides external information which will be stored in corporate database. Thus, these databases can be either removed or attached. Executive information system. It is an extension to the decision support system. If some additional features are added to the decision support system, then it will be treated as executive information system. Now let us see what are the additional features that will be added to the decision support system to make it as a executive information system. The first additional feature is to become DSS as an EIS. First, it is to be easily connected to the internet. Another additional feature to make the DSS as an executive information system is it provides information to the top management not only in text format but also in a pictorial format. That is, in the DSS it only provides the information which want the in a text format, but the executive information system provides the information to the user not only in the text format but also in a pictorial format, which makes the user a very clear understanding of the questions to make his decisions supportive. Hence, this executive information system will be having a large storage capacity because it provides not only the text format but also the pictorial presentation. Here, management can extract maximum information out of executive information system without the need of knowing command languages. If we see in decision support system, here if the management wants to get a maximum information from the system, they used to know the special languages to get the maximum information. But if the organization uses this software, that is executive information system, without knowing any special language also, normal management people, that the person who is not having the expert knowledge in the system, can also get the maximum information to make his decision very supportive. Decision support system provides only information in online or real-time processing. But if we take in executive information system, it provides both, that is in online and also real-time processing. Here, online processing is nothing but where the human intervention is compulsory. But when we compare to real-time processing, everything is automatic, that is no human intervention is required to get the information from the system. Now let us see what are the unique features of the executive information system which makes it different from the decision support system. This system uses very light pen touchscreen for input, that it makes user friendly for the users who gives input to this system. It incorporates other features like drill down facility, drop down menus, etc. Here we make it out that what is meant by drill down facility. It is nothing but a search facility. If we take the example of Amazon, we will find search items. It saves time. That is nothing but drop-down facility. Knowledge management system. Under knowledge management system, let us see 5 concepts. First one is what is knowledge and what is knowledge base, what is knowledge management system, what is data mining tool or knowledge mining tool, and what are the types of knowledges. Let us see one by one. Here, knowledge is nothing but well-processed information on basis of which future decisions are taken by the organization. Let us consider a simple example to understand what is knowledge very clearly. To a system, if I give data of sales of 5 years and profit of 5 years, that is the data. Here, sales for 5 years is. By considering a simple example for each concept, we can understand these 5 concepts very clearly. First, let us see what is meant by knowledge. Knowledge is nothing but well-processed information to take the future decisions is nothing but a knowledge. Now consider a small example. Here the information of the organization is total sales are 23 crores and total profit of an organization is 11,19,000. If a person wants to invest in this organization, he wants to know what is the net profit ratio of this organization. Now that is the knowledge. Based on the information that is obtained from the organization, he will estimate the net profit ratio as 0.48%. That is, with the information given by the organization, he has gained the knowledge of what is NP ratio of an organization. Now we can say that here knowledge is nothing but well-processed information. Now let us see what is meant by knowledge base. It is a database where the knowledge of different people of an organization is stored. This database is replaced with a knowledge base. Let us consider a simple example to understand what is meant by a knowledge base. There is one article student who is well knowledge of AS 18, Accounting Standards 18. Now he want to write this accounting standard in very simple form which can be easily understood by a students. Now in his database he will write AS 18 within only 2 pages, which is clearly understood by everyone who reads this database. Now the article written by this article student is stored in a database. So here this database is filled with a complete knowledge of this article student. So this database is replaced with a knowledge database. Now let us see what is meant by knowledge management system. Here management is nothing but creating knowledge, and whatever the knowledge is created is shared among the organization member for their commercial opportunities. Let us take a simple example. There is a X company which is a software company. So for auditing, one article student came and he was doing his audit and he found 90% of transactions of this software company is with another software company, let's take as Y. Now he wanted to know whether these two companies are related parties or not, and he has described that management has not disclosed whether they are related parties or not. Now he opens his database and searches everything, the concept relating to this related parties, and after gaining knowledge regarding this related parties, he goes to the management and explains him that it is very compulsory to disclose if there are any related party transactions. Here is nothing but we can understand very clearly that this article student is getting knowledge from this database, that is, it is creating knowledge to the article student, and after getting knowledge from this database, the article student is going to the management and explaining that disclosure of related parties is very important and compulsory. So here he is sharing knowledge within the organization for this commercial opportunities. Next concept is data mining tool or knowledge mining tool. Let's compare the database with a well. If we want to remove water from the well, we need some tool with which we can remove the water from the well. Here we can use a bucket as a tool. In the same way, if we want to remove knowledge from the database, we use some tool with which we can extract the knowledge from the knowledge database. That tool is nothing but data mining tool or knowledge mining tool. Now the last concept in knowledge management system is types of knowledge. There are two types of knowledge. One is tacit knowledge, which is nothing but personal knowledge. It can't be shared and it can't be recorded by the another person. And another type of knowledge is explicit knowledge, which can be easily shared among the members of an organization and which can easily be recorded, and the information given by this is easily shared among the people of an organization for their commercial opportunities. This knowledge management system is an explicit knowledge because it is recorded and it is created the knowledge and it shares the knowledge for the commercial opportunities.